How's it going, people? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to the final round of our YouTuber Karting Championship. We come into this round level on points. We are equal on points. How crazy is that? And it's not even manufactured like the 2021 Formula 1 Championship.
Michael Masi has not been involved.
He has not been involved, but today he could be. The reason why, look at the track, wet. I mean, these guys are kids and they're nailing it, but we're not as good as these youths. And the track is wet, it is raining, and up there, all we see is more potential rain. So I've forgotten my human condom, so that's just gonna be an issue. But without that, we got a good race on our hands today to see who is going to be crowned the champion. So yeah, let's see how this goes out there.
Mate, pressure is on, this is it, decider time, equal on points. I am gonna be the champion, no doubt about it.
You hear that? That's an awkward silence, Aldas. That's what we call an awkward silence.
No, that's people just appreciating the truth.
Remember to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new here. Without further ado, let's get into the video. So yes, here we are at Rye House. This is for that final round as discussed in the intro. If you want to know all the other background and stuff to this championship, make sure you go back and watch the previous episodes. But we're going to get straight into the race here and away we go. Obviously I qualified here in P5 with Aldas qualifying in P2, which is never a good sign. I actually had to swap karts in the qualifying because my first one felt bad, but actually it was just me being bad and also me being heavy, so I just was lacking that straight line speed. But straight away losing a position here to kart number 4, not good news on the start. I need to be as close to Aldas as quickly as possible if I'm going to have any chance in this championship. And by the way, look at how far ahead Claudia has already gotten in the yellow. Claudia, our friend, was racing with us. We raced with her in the Rye House Pro Kart series, and she is a very fast karter. She also weighs about 50 kilograms with her kit on. It is crazy. She pretty much weighs half of what I do, and I think for this race there was a perfect storm of her being insanely good at go-karting, weighing absolutely nothing, and also getting the best kart, because I can confirm I've also driven that kart recently and it is absolutely rapid in comparison to the others. So fair play to her. She's going to disappear off, but we at the front here are going to go on to lap 2 and we're going to battle hard. Kart number 1 just staying ahead of the kart number 4 there. Me going to the inside, seizing the opportunity and taking over the position back up into P5. Gonna stick over here though with P1 and I'm into P4 again, so a good 2 overtakes there, jumping up from P6 to P4 nice and quickly. But what can we do coming through here? You can see kart 1 putting his wheel in, just trying to get back on me. Not quite gonna make it happen on this occasion. If I keep battling like this though, and getting punted in the back there as well, if I keep battling like this, I'm going to lose more time to Aldas, as you can see there by the fact that I just got punted by kart number 1. And punting was a very significant part of this race. That was a perfectly clean overtake there by number 1, but I did end up losing a couple of positions as a result of it. And here's Anatoly, one of our other mates, coming in trying to get past me as a result of that. This is not a good start to the race. You can see Aldas there on the left hand side of your screen getting away from me as we're here on lap 3. Not good news at all. Left and right there are people all around me. Anatoly going for the switchback on both of us there, but I'm going to just hold it in. I'm going to keep my foot in, and this is my corner now if I just hold it flat out. And yes, just about managed to stay in front and maintain P5 in the race. But wow, that is yeah, not exactly the perfect start to the race. Getting a little bit squirrely there as we go onto the main straight as well here, coming across onto lap 4 and trying my best to just hold position, but not going to make it happen here. Getting a little bit of a punt in the back again as kart 4 goes through. As I said, punting a key part of this race, and kart 4 gives me a little push, sends me a little bit wide. I was not pleased with it, so I gave him a little bit of a tap back as I kept my foot in there on the curb. But as you can see, I am losing time to kart 1. I'm losing karts to the 2 guys in front of that as well, one of those being Aldas, and obviously, as I said, Claudia is literally gone already. She's like literally a whole section and a half ahead of the rest of us here on lap 4. So sitting here in P5, what can I do about this? Can I catch Aldas? I was about 2 or 3 tenths off him in the qualifying. I'm going to really need to pull something out of the bag here if I'm going to be able to catch him back up as we head on to lap number 5. Oh mate, this has been a crazy start to the race, and it's not at all what I wanted, I suppose, coming into the start of the race. I wanted it to be as clean as possible and just wanted to get up behind Aldas and do my absolute best to get past him. You see already coming up to lappers as well. Another key shame here was that obviously I mentioned in that introduction that I was hoping for a bit of rain, and it was forecasted. I do love a good bit of rain. Getting another punt in the back there, by the way, from kart number 4. You can see the kart went way wide there as a result of that impact, and you can see also him getting a way better run than me through there. But yeah, the rain just wasn't coming. It just wasn't coming. If the rain had come, it could have been a different story for these first few laps of the race, because I absolutely love driving in the wet, and as we saw in that Buckmore round earlier in the season, if you haven't seen that already, make sure you go watch it. It's probably the most ridiculous race of the bunch. I can definitely out-kart Aldas when it comes to a nice wet race. But yeah, coming here through onto lap 6, getting a little bit compromised by that back marker, and through again goes kart number 4. A nice clean move there by him, jumping up the inside and taking advantage where the back marker decided to sweep wide at the last minute. I got a bit unfortunate there, but I'm going to have to keep pushing really hard to see what I can do to try and get past him and try and jump ahead in this race and do something about Aldas. But here we are, jumping forward onto lap number 11. I'm chasing after kart number 4, still doing my absolute best to just stay with him, and Aldas has got a bit of a gap on me now. He's about a corner ahead of me, a corner and half a straight ahead of me, which is not helpful. And what also wasn't helpful for the kart number 4 there was those back markers getting in his way, so I get to jump back through and take over the position. So all good here for me on lap number 11. I'm going to see if I can get past these back markers nice and quick. Going to switch back on this one and then try and go for the switchback, but again getting a punt in the back by kart number 4. He punts me in the back coming into the main straight. I was not pleased. You can see there raising my hands like, why in the world? And he's going to also take the position as a result of it, but I'm not going to have that, so I'm going to use him as my brake in this corner, send him a bit wide and give him a bit of attitude as I come back through. I just felt like his move was made entirely possible by a punt, whereas so I thought I might as well just take matters in my own hands, use a bit of street justice and take him back. So probably not a fair move, but neither was his, so here we are. And that was the key problem that I was having here, is that my kart, or not my kart, but the fact that he's quite a little guy and I'm obviously a much bigger guy. On the straights, when I was behind him, I could stay with him because I could get a slipstream. If I was alone in front of him, he just had enough straight line speed to be able to stay with me, which meant that he could literally pass me on the straights, whereas I had to literally find corners and whatever to overtake him. So even if I was going quicker in the corners, he would just stay with me on the straights. As you can see here, straight down the straight, nice to the inside, and away we go, just displaying that point straight away. But then I'm going to get a good run out of it and try my absolute best to find a line to get back past him. Not quite coming into this section, but I'm trying my best to still stay with him as close as possible. Going to go back to the inside here, not quite thinking about it, but yeah, not quite. And if I jeopardize lines like that, I will lose out to him, is the biggest problem here. Jumping forward though onto lap 16 on T1. Again, I'm going to go wide and try and sweep back across, see if I can get a better run than him out of this corner, which I do. Go to the inside, think about it, not quite. Giving it my best though, showing my wheel, going back to the inside again here, getting a way better run to that corner. Going to send him wide through there and just pull the switch back to the inside. But of course, him being that little bit lighter and quicker, you saw him on the left hand side there. I'm just about going to hold my foot in and stay ahead, which is excellent news for me. But let's jump ahead onto lap 20 here, and he's going to come back past me again just a few laps later. So yeah, this battle was really hampering my progress, not allowing me to do anything about Aldas. Trying my best obviously to catch Aldas, but it's just not coming. Lap 24, same again. I'm behind kart number 4, trying to go around the outside, not quite. Getting that line as discussed, just way faster through that first corner, and that gives me the opportunity to go up the inside and take over the position once again. But again, this battle is not good from a championship perspective, and he tries to go back up the inside, gives me a little bit of a push, but luckily because I'm on the outside there, you normally get a better run on that outside, but you can see his car is still sticking with me. I'm going to just take it flat here, ignore the fact there's a back marker in front of me, and the back marker is going to panic a little bit, go a little bit wide, which is good. I think they were just letting us through there. Very, very helpful in the end for my position in the race. And let's jump forward a few more laps, in fact quite a few more laps, onto lap 48. I've been chasing and chasing and chasing, but no, great move there by kart number 4. He just pushed up the inside. It was actually a really good move, that one. He just sent it on my inside and took me back. He'd been following me from lap after lap after lap, and similarly I ended the same, following him for lap after lap after lap here on lap 58, chasing after him. Where can I get this move done? We're coming towards the latter stage of this race now, and I really need to do something about him. Going for that switchback, he gets a little bit compromised by the back markers, and I get to the inside. You can see here I got a way better run out of that corner, and I'm still not going to have the straight line speed to take him, but because I've just put myself in the right position, I can take that inside line and take over the lead of the race. Not the lead of the race, sorry. I take over P5 again in the race, not the lead. If only it was the lead, eh? But that's pretty much all she wrote for me and my race, and my GoPro decided to end just with a few laps to go, unfortunately. But yeah, that was the end of my race. Unfortunately, never saw Aldas from the start to the end of the race. A real shame. And so here are the results from that race then. Claudia taking P1 with just an insane race compared to the rest of us, as discussed. Aldas taking over P2 though with a great race as well to stay ahead of kart number 2. Go watch his perspective if you haven't already. The link will be in the description down below and the pinned comment comment as well. Then kart number 2 taking P3, kart 1 taking P4, me taking P5 with kart 4 finishing behind me. So I did get the better of him in the end after a long and hard fought battle. And he wasn't a huge fan of me after the race, but c'est la vie. He punted me so many times in that race, I was not having any of it. And so here's what that means from a championship perspective. Aldas takes the win with 42 points and me finishing on 39 points. The first season of the YouTuber Karting Championship is officially over. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching this championship, and please do let me know in the comments down below if you'd like to see more championships in the future and which other YouTubers you'd like to see getting involved if we do another season. So for those of you that have loved and enjoyed this championship, please do show me by hitting the like button and subscribing as well if you're new here. But without further ado, let's get into the actual reaction. Boys, it's over. The dream is dead. Once again. But next season we come back stronger. We can ignore this better right here and carry on. So no, it was actually an okay race. Like, I obviously had quite a fun time battling with people. I say fun, I'm saying that in inverted commas. You'll have seen in the race by now. But yeah, it was a good race. Only 2/10 off of Aldas in the end, which is not too bad. I was 4/10 off him last time I was here, so I'd call that progress. But yeah, I mean, it was a good race, wasn't it? In the end, you had a good race with someone. I had a good race battling around with people.
I literally spent, there was a guy behind my car. There was something wrong with my car, but there was some guy behind me that was literally behind me all race long. But mate, that doesn't matter. The champion, world champion. I'm speechless. I'm actually getting emotional right now. This is brilliant. I'd like to thank my agent, my mum, my dad, and God.
Are you finished? Is that,
for now.
We'll cut that bit, don't worry. You wouldn't have seen that, so it's all good. Anyway, boys, massive thanks for this. If there's anyone else you think should be involved in this series next season, so I'm talking like all the big dogs, then go and message on their comments, do whatever you can to get them involved.
All of their socials, tell them to turn up.
Get them on it. Yeah, well done to Aldas. As always, massive thanks to the patrons for their support, and to you guys as well for watching. We'll see you in the next one.